kill homosexuals and trannies, whatever, man, and avoid, and omit out of bestiality and all that. But Esau would permit that and give laws to protect those people, man, which is against the scriptures.
Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
That's what Esau does. It's so corrupt. That's why he needs to be judged. That's why his sins have reached up to the skies, man, to the heavens, man. And the Most High is pissed at what he's done. He's destroyed the earth. He's destroying the mindset, corrupted the mindset of the people. Destroyed all the food that we have to eat, the air that we have to breathe. He's a man of disaster, man. That's what he does. He's a master of disasters, man.
That put darkness for light and light for darkness. That puts bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
Yeah, man. You got things like, he's going to start permitting things like the first tranny president, stuff like that. Things like that, man. He will do things like that because he's a perverted bastard, man.
Well, in certain states over there, like in America, the head of states are trannies.
Look at that, man.
Yeah, man.
And they do some fucked up things like endorsing abortions and all that, man. Like endorsing Planned Parenthood. You had that guy that just got exposed at Northam. I can't remember his first name, John Northam or something like that, over there in Virginia, one of them places anyway. He's supposed to be in new in government or whatever, but he's been behind the scenes. He's been getting endorsements from Planned Parenthood, man, like $2 million and all that shit. So he's endorsing aborting kids. They call it infanticide. Just killing and massacring kids, man. Unborn children and all that. And that's not permitted in the scriptures. We ain't supposed to be permitting abortions and shit like that. And these are the leaders, man, of our people. And our people trust in these damn leaders as well. That's another thing that's fucked up. We ain't supposed to put in no other leader of another nation over our people, man. That's against the scriptures also. But our people put their trust in Egypt, their trust in oppression, man.
It's like, I was going to say, man, because that abortion shit, man, that's like the equivalent of Gehenna, man, when the Israelites were sacrificing the children, man.
Yeah, all that.
That's what they're doing today.
And even like things like Herod, when he permitted that, the youth should be killed, man, because he was looking for Yahweh Shai. And then you got the time of Moses.
And in Egypt as well.
Yeah, in Egypt, man. They permitted to kill the Hebrew babies and all that.
Yeah.
So that's genocide, man. The Lord ain't with that, man. And the Lord's gonna fuck up these devils for doing that, man. Because the majority of the people in the abortion clinics is our people, man. The nigger woman, the Latino woman, but mainly the nigger woman, man. She's off, man.
Big killer.
Baby killer.
This is Galatians chapter 6 and 7. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Yeah, so this white man's just sown nothing but wickedness from his inception. When Alexander the Creep came on the scene, and he was nothing but a big faggot, that's why he dropped dead after 12 years. He said evils multiplied on the earth, man. He didn't say good times multiplied, he said evils, man. And even back then, during the time of the Greeks, they had something called pool boys, man, if that was a term, or another name, where they have, probably Israelite boys where they're Fenians and all that, have, boys by the pool, or go inside the pool and start playing with a man's genitals and all that, man. For fun and all that, man. Fun and games. They had that back in the time of Greece, man. All that Hellenistic period and all that, that incorporated what they had today, what they had after the Roman Empire. Because they used to use that term, when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do. So that meant that was that do as thou wilt spirit that they got today, man. That's always been permitted by the so-called white man. Because why? Because he's got a perverted mind and a perverted spirit, man. He's not right. And he's not supposed to lead.
It's, free and free. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot.
Yeah,
and
man.
so
Even at that time when hardcore bondage slavery, when we went transatlantic slave trade, these devils, man, the things they were doing, you got apostles and elders brought out the story of Derby's dose, how they have another Jake defecated another Jake's mouth, man, and then gag him for a couple hours. Esau was doing atrocities that are unspeakable, man. 6 heinous things that a sane man would not even fucking think about, man. He thinks of the most odd and sadistic things to do to a person, man.
Cannibalism.
He's a sick bastard. Yeah, you had cannibalism in ancient times, but Esau, we thought them Hamites was bad, man. Yeah. Esau's taking wickedness to the pinnacle, man. Because he's a seed of the wicked.
I was actually speaking about like in slavery, like Esau at times would kill a Jake and then feed him to other Jakes, man.
Yeah, man. They'll spit roast you on a fucking, like you're cooking a turkey, man. They'll spit roast you, man. Throw all kinds of oil and honey and shit on you and, and spit roast you on a stick, man. Then after they've hung you, after they've hung you on a damn tree. That's why you see certain Jakes where they was burnt It's looking decrepit and shit, man. Because these devils were doing some heinous acts, and they got to pay for all that, man.
But then somehow they complain when we call him the devil.
Yeah.
Did this guy actually ate Jakes in slavery?
Ate Jakes.
He ate us.
Cut off their rods.
Cut off the rod.
Probably
Put it
ate
in a
that shit
pickle
as well.
jar
Yeah.
and ate it.
I remember I was watching Zorro one time, and he had one of the Edomite generals. He must have killed Zorro's brother, innit? And then he cut off his head. He put it in a fucking jar, man, like a pickle jar. And then he was pouring it into a cup, the water into a cup and drinking it, man. Sick bastards, man. You know? And then when Zorro saw it was his brother's head, he was like, "What?" You guys, he was to flip out, but he was in disguise. You know, Captain, Clark Kent mode. But anyway, go back to the scripture.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Yeah, the spirit in the so-called white man's, the spirit that's in him is not upright, man. It's totally off, man. That's why in the scriptures of Job, it said that he was a vile person, man. They were a vile nation, man. And they was chased into the clefts of the rocks. Because no one wanted to deal with them bastards, man. Them thieves, man. That's what they are, natural born thieves, and natural born liars, man.
This is Job 30 and 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision.
It came with that same text again, like it said in Isaiah the 3rd chapter, man, about them being younger than I, but they have us in derision. Yeah, they're more insignificant than any other nation on this planet. They're the bases of men. And as I said, they're the real inferior ones on this earth. And even though they got us to the bottom, as you know, as they have us, we're still superior to them, man. We still, take over their sports and entertainment world. We still run that shit, man. The world champion, AJ, all these different champions and all that. They ain't no Edomites. They're so-called Israelites, man, from the prospective tribes. So, and another thing that points out that he's inferior is that skin color that he's got, that complexion that he's got, man. Because you're the only anomaly on the planet Earth. Every other nation's got skin, man. I mean, skin color, got melanin, man. Different shades of brown, but you're the only anomaly on the Earth. So that virus needs to be eradicated, man. And you're that virus, you so-called white people, man. And you will be destroyed. You're the real inferior ones. You're the real minorities on the earth, man. You're dying by the second, man. Because of that skin complexion that you got, which is known in the scriptures as leprosy, man.
And everybody hates you.
Yeah. Devils are dying of cancer and all that shit every other fucking week, man. A lot of you crackers are just dropping dead, man. Fucking.
It says, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Yeah, man, we want to, because I read the article the other day.
Yeah.
You had the fucking Edomite over there in Americas, man. He fucking was raping his infant baby, man, and filming this shit, man, for like a couple months, man. He was filming and raping his fucking little infant daughter, man, until he got caught, man. And now he's going to jail. But that's what these devils do. That's their natural mindset, man. That's what they think about on the daily, man. Perverse things, man. They're perverted beasts.
That's an unrighteous decree that a guy that does that should go to jail, man. He should be put to death.
He should be put to death. But these are the guys that are over us, you know what I'm saying? We don't even think of that foul shit, But these are the devils. These devils are these actual pieces of shit are ruling over us as a people, man. And we can't do nothing about it until the law comes and takes them out.
I have a quick point on the scripture that this brother just read, that verse. It says, veterinarian, accused of having sex with more than 300 dogs.
That's what these Edomites are about, man. Bestiality. The scripture says you can't have sex with no animals, man. A man's supposed to be put to death. That's called zoophilia. That's called bestiality, man. But what does this devil do? He says, you can marry your horse, man. You can marry your dog. They actually got laws in the books in America telling you can marry your animal, man. That's how sick these devils are. They're sick thugs. But their time's up, man. Their time's up. Go on,
It says, California man caught on camera drugging and raping a dog.
That's Esau for you, man. But we're supposed to be cool with that. We're supposed to be cool with that. Now, these white people don't harm no one. They're harmless, man. I don't care how old they look. These devils are going down, man. Because when they was young devils. Now they're old fucking decrepit devils. They're still going down. No matter how fucking old and rimply they look, man. If I had the law give the green light, we'll take that sledgehammer and go to work in your head, man.
And it says, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished, for want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men, They cried after them as after a thief.
Yeah, you're the natural born thieves, man. Because you act like you're the most superior, rulers in the planet, man, that ever lived. But all you've done is just, reboot history, man. You're just taking other people's, like you did at the time of doing the Greeks. That's why you came up with something called the Septuagint, where you tried to take the Old Testament and translate it into the Greek, man. Fine Greek, what they called it, man. That's what you did during the time of the Greeks. Then you had it up in your libraries, Alexandria, Egypt and all that. During the Ptolemy period, rulership. But all that stealing of the knowledge and trying to, create your own shit, it's gonna backfire on your asses, man. The Lord said the instruments that you make up, He's gonna destroy you by your own devices, man. You ain't done nothing new. All you've done is go into history and taken all the, so-called ancient spirituals of those ancient captivities and mixed it up and put it in a damn pot and created Babylon the Great. That's why it's just a cauldron of confusion, man, that we're living in right now. You got nothing but a whole bunch of idols and deities that these people are worshipping and bowing down to every damn weekend, every week. And they don't even know it, whether they know it or not. But that's part of your witchcraft, man. That's another part of your power, other than the sword, is that witchcraft, man. And your ability to deceive and lie.
They cried after them as after a thief to dwell in the clefts of the valleys.
So that's your original state. You was the original caveman, man. That's why you call you cave dwellers. And even when you go into that word Caucasian, it means a cave dweller, man. Come from the Caucasus Mountains of South Georgia, Russia, near the Black Caspian Sea, man. That's where you devils come from, man. And before that, you was in Mount Seir, It says Esau is Edom in Genesis 36 and 8. Esau is Edom, and your habitat is, your dwellings is Mount Seir, man. That's that. You ain't got no fucking history, man. Your history is using the caves. All the history you got now is stolen history. You got Jakes and you got these proud ass Edomites going to Westminster and that every weekend on a tourist trip. Going out to say they're going to see their ancient rulers, not knowing that it was Jakes that was ruling that time, man. That period during the medieval times. You devils wasn't ruling in Westminster, man. During the Dark Ages, all these ancient castles. There's even one Jake, man. He's into this blackinism of all that Africanism BS. But he said he went over there to Kenya. Was it Kenya? East Africa. And he said he saw some medieval castles, man. How does that make sense for Edomites to be ruling in Kenya, man? That don't make no fucking sense. That place is a habitat of Hamites and Jakes that was, in the midst of them, man.
Yeah.
How you got ancient medieval castles in Kenya? So that means that Jakes was over there, ruling.
Ethiopia as well, if you look at the pictures, they've got some castles.
Yeah, they've got castles over there. And even in the you had, time of Musa Mensa and all that, Timbuktu, that was ruled by Jake, man. That was no Edomites ruling, man. You steal history and incorporate yourselves into it. That's what you do. That's what you're known for doing.
Micah 2 and 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Yeah, that's plain to see today, because you got that border control shit going over there in the Americas with the Mexicans. You're basically stopping them from going into their own land. Before you devils came into that land, the Indian tribes is over there, man. They ruled that land, man. North, South, and Central America, man. They ruled all of that land, man. That land was theirs, man. You knew devils came over there, took the land, impoverished the people that was over there, broke them down, and basically genocided them, massacred them to the point of a less population. Then you want to try and tell them that they're legal aliens in their own fucking land. You're the alien, man. You're the one that went over there and stole that land.
Yeah, set up boundaries.
Yeah, come up with what's it called? The rock. What's it called? The rock. I can't remember the term. I think it was the founding fathers and all that bullshit, man. And there's Plymouth Rock and all that shit. That's BS, man. You made that shit up, man.
This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
Yeah, the scripture calls you a mischievous man. You're always planning, always planning some fuckery in your mind. It tells you that in the Apocrypha, man. Is it 2nd Ezra 11:8 or something like that? You're always planning some fuckery in your mind, man. That's why the scripture says, never trust thine enemy. That's what he's reading. That's what the brother's reading, going on.
And it says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat.
Yeah, so really it was our fault during the Dark Ages when we started letting you devils, marry into our families and all that. That was Jake's fault, but really that was going to happen anyway, because that ain't the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
That was just for a short space of time, man, that we was ruling, but that ain't the kingdom of heaven, man. That's why the Lord destroyed that, the Byzantine Empire. You had a fucking, you had what was it? A Turk called fucking Mehmet in the 1400s. He's the one that took down the Byzantine Empire, man, in the 1400s, man. He took down Constantine the 11th, if I'm not mistaken. I watched that in the documentary, and that devil, those Ottoman Turks came into, Constantinople and took that shit down, man. And that was the end of that was basically the beginning of the demise of that rulership, man, the Byzantine Empire. And we had our different strongholds until we lost all that also, man.
Hey, you even have straight up fucking Edomites now. You actually try and say, yeah, I'm a Gadite or something.
Yeah,
and
after you massacred their whole fucking population.
Then also they actually claim a compensation.
Yeah, they get like the Jews, like them fake ass Jewish rats. They get billions of fucking pounds every fucking year, man. They get millions every month. By faking the fraud, man.
Esau's a devil.
He's a devil, man.
Bro, there's hundreds of millions of reasons why.
That's why the apostles, Apostle Tahar and other brothers also did the series of "This is why we call you the devil." Because you try to act like we're just picking on you. We ain't just fucking picking on you. We're naming and giving your MO and your whole history, man. Your whole backlog of wickedness that you've been doing since your inception, man. That's why we did this whole series called "This is why we call you the devil." Slavery, all of that, man. You can't run from it. You can't hide, man. Because all of it, it's in the books. It's in the history, man.
This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not.
Yeah, the Lord's going to destroy you, man. The Lord's going to get the last laugh. You think you're going to get your new order deal signed, sealed, and delivered, and then you're just going to be straight from then on out. The Lord's got a surprise for your ass, man. And it's called chariots and nuclear destruction, man. And the Israelites, man. Because after the Lord's done with you, he's going to let us get our hands on you devils, man. For the next 1,000 years to fuck your asses up. In his fury, man, in his anger.
This is Isaiah chapter 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Yeah, man. The Lord's gunning for you, Edom.
All flesh.
Isaiah 63. Who is this that coming from Edom? Dyed garments from Bosra. The Lord's got a hit list of you Edomites that he's going to take out, man. To the point where it's going to look like his garments treading in the winepress, man. That just describes how much killing, the slaying of the Lord is going to be many that's going to have to take place on this earth. It says that in the book of Revelation, the third part of men was wiped out, man. Let's talk about you Edomites, man, the sons of the wicked.
This is Esther, the 3rd chapter and the 5th verse. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath, and he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had shewed him of the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, even the people of Mordecai.
Yeah, man, Haman was a piece of shit, man. He kept trying to maneuver and meddle, man, trying to get Ahasuerus to turn on Israel, man, turn on the Jews.
Yeah.
And then he had Esther and all that to back the situation, man, with Mordecai, man. But that shit backfired on him, man. His plans, him and his sons got fucking put to death, man. They got hung on the gallows, man.
Yeah.
That's the lineage of you damn Edomites, man. That's the main point.
Yeah, and then we celebrate that to this day.
Yeah, we
got the festival
celebrate
of Hanukkah,
his
man.
judgment, man.
And we celebrate that festival to this day, man.
And that guy in particular, he was such a devil, man, that, this guy got it, passing the law, that at an appointed time, all the Jews in every province of the Persian Empire would get persecuted, man.
Yeah, Salaki, I said Hanukkah, I meant Purim, man. It's the word Parawam, from the Hebrew word Parawam, which means lots.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's we celebrate that to this day, man. That's part of the holy customs, man.
Yeah.
Our traditions and all that. The downfall of when we took you devils down. We're going to celebrate more high holy days, man. When the Lord destroys Babylon the Great, that's your kingdom, right? Esau's kingdom. We're going to celebrate. That's going to be a high holy day in the kingdom, man. We're going to be celebrating that, man. The destruction of fucking Babylon the Great, yeah. We busting, sipping your yarn, smashing in your wives, man.
I have a precept.
Your daughters, not your wives, your daughters, man.
Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Yeah, man. You want to talk about where's America in the Bible? It talks about the land of the north. What do you think that's talking about? It's talking about America, man. They ain't talking about fucking Egypt. You know? They ain't talking about North Egypt, man. Let's talk about America.
That's it.
The Lord's going to come up to
Egypt.
The Lord said he's going to come up to the land of honorable villages, man. That's talking about America, man.
That's it, bro.
They're going to destroy that bitch with nuclear fire. And it's coming soon, man. You can see it. You know, these prophecies are speaking loud and clear, man. Louder than ever, man. You can't deny it, man. And that martial law is right around the corner, like the apostle said, man. That shit's coming, man. That's coming down the pipeline, like, you know, that's coming down the track like a steaming train with no brakes, man. You know? A freight train with no brakes. All destruction and hell is going to break loose, man.
Okay, 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Yeah, man, you got to pay, man. All this bullshit trying to act like, you know, PC and all that. Like we're the ones that, you know, antagonizing you.
Yeah.
Like you haven't been antagonizing us for the past 400 years, 500 years. And they're still doing it to this day. Proverbs and bywords, man. You got that Gucci company come up with a fucking blackface garment. And then they tried to retract their statement, like to say they didn't mean to, you know, do that. Come on, man. That was always taunting Israel, man. Always taunting Jakes. Because when we're your natural born enemies, we've never meant to come together and be as one. The Lord doesn't want us to be as one. He separated us from the womb for a reason, man. So we're two different nations, man. Two different species.
This is Obadiah chapter 1 and 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
Yeah, you're going to be cut off, man. So enjoy it while it lasts, man. Joel 3 and 20, that's when we close out. Enjoy it while it lasts, Esau, man.
Yeah.
All this BS that you're living in, man. This backward state that you're living in. This is the Byzantine Empire, because the word Byzantine means backward, man. This is the real backwards empire that we're living in right now. Everything's upside down. He's just a clown, man. You know, just a spoiled brat. You know, in Legoland, it's messing up everything. Then it's the menace, man. That's all you Edomites are. It's fucking up everything.
It's a Legoland.
He's a father of wickedness.
The Lord's gonna get you, man. The Lord's got you where he wants you, man. It's chess. This is chess, baby. The Lord's got you exactly where he wants you, man. You're gonna be checkmated very soon. Don't mark my words, mark the Lord's words, man.
This is Joel chapter 3 and 20. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation.
Right, man.
For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion.
That's not even the priest that I want hip hop.
That's hard. That's hard.
I like
that.
the revival of Israel, man. It's the revival of the house of David right now. There's nothing you devils can do to stop it, man. It's unstoppable, man. So with that, close on the close out. All praises to your house. Always win the next week. Shalom.